They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the UConn Huskies, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Huskers will boot it away to start the game. And here he comes out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Leaves it with the back. Breaks the tackle. Didn't get a whole lot of room to run. He picked up one or two.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Looking to pass. It's Grimes. They're working that left side. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on fourth down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared. He believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. From the gun, wants to pass. Picked off, and the opening drive is stuffed with an interception. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. Dances away to buy time. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
Wants to adjust the pattern. On third and long, trying to convert through the air. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
Man, how about the rough starts for these offense? 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. These quarterbacks, you trust them early, first drives to get something going. Both of them turn it over to the other team. Let's see which one can get settled in first.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Catch in the middle, it's Watson. Nice pickup there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
I know it's something we take for granted, guys, but the Q did a great job there with the play-action fake. He really took his time and sold it. And that's what froze the linebackers in the second level of the defense to help make that completion a whole lot easier.
Fires to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
They'll run it from the gun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. It'll be 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Grimes. He unleashes a long one. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit.
Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Huskies.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Handoff from the gun. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34. The Cornhuskers will hustle to the line.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Makes the catch. It's Jennings. That's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He's loose.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player, man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, and you know more runs are coming. You really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the turnover.
They send the tight end in motion. He'll pull it on the read. Got enough space. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Huskies.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Temple is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Hall of Famer Joe Klecko should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Cincinnati. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. To the ground with the back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Jennings. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and UConn has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. And this offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Peppers. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, third and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
Got a man. It's Osborne.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Looking to fire. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Bringing it back. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. UConn going back to work on offense. They have it once again in spectacular field position. Cashed in the last time and even better this time around. Rides the back on the option to give. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game.
Turning it on! And after a nice gain, the runner just scoops out of bounds.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man, just he catches the football and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Huskies. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game, and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. And the Huskers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Caught behind the line. It's Cantrell. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
That's caught. It's Green. Hits him with a stiff arm. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hill. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Tight end now in motion. From the gun, the running back has it. He breaks a tackle. Knocked off his feet. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. He wants to change this route. They'll try to get the first through the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Green. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the 1st down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Sends it back in motion. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Using his feet to buy time. And the sack all the way back at the 5. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. After a drive this long, a field goal would be demoralizing at this point. It's 3rd and goal. The offense changing the play. Wide receiver comes in motion. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The 12th play of this drive, the defense trying to dig in on 3rd and goal. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. Mental errors like that just kill drives. We'll see if they can overcome it. He'll have to shake off that last sack. It's 3rd and goal from the 15. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. They won't let him in. He had a nose for that end zone, but he will be stopped short.
And nowadays, you're not always going to get these quarterbacks on the ground because they're so athletic. But nice job getting the sack, let them out of the pocket there, but now forcing the 4th down, and it's decision time for this offense.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. Right down the boulevard. Had to settle for the field goal.
I know they're trailing going into the locker room here at halftime, but kicking that field goal gives them a little bit of a jolt, a little bit of a boost of momentum that they can carry with them into the second half. And there's a lot of football left to go here. I can't wait to see what happens.
Catches it inside his 20. Chance to really gain some ground. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. To the air, it's Grimes. Skips away from pressure. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Nebraska, 3.
UConn has it teed up to start this second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on up.
Oh, he's got some space. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The Huskers want to crank the tempo.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Might be changing the route. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Hill. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Wants to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
The run from the shotgun. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind, and it forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
Outside the pocket, lets it go. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. The short hands, it's Green. He gets it inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 17.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Almost intercepted. intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Well, the defense just did the quarterback a massive favor. That's the nicest thing they've done to him all game. They've already picked him off twice. That should have been number 3.
The Cornhuskers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. And the Huskers headed quickly to the line. A first down run on the doorstep. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! That touchdown was a clinic in keeping your offense on the field and wearing the other defense out.
Sometimes your best defense is your own offense, being able to stay on the field. You're absolutely right, Reese. That was a clinic. Running the ball, playing at great rhythm and pace. QB making good, smart decisions and not shooting yourselves in the foot. No penalties, no turnovers. It doesn't get any better than that last drive.
The UConn offense goes back to work. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. Power football with the run. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. Back to throw, it's Grimes. Snagged in the middle, it's Abraham. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Setting up the screen. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and sell it.
Shoots it to the left. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. And the Huskies getting set on 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys.
Touchdown, UConn! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. This guy is so impressive, both with his ability to move, to buy time, to run, and then he'll kill you with his arm.
Unbelievable. He's just a freak. It's like he's playing a video game, and everybody else is trying to play real-life football. It's ridiculous to be that fast and still be a quarterback, still make plays down the field. It's just not fair.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Cal is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Aaron Rodgers, this has not been a blowout today in Berkeley. They're up by a field goal over Jacksonville State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Quarterback making adjustments. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Pulls it in. It's Osborne. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
We've got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
Looking downfield on first down. Pulls it in. It's Osborne. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. The Huskers want to pick up the tempo. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Got it in the middle. It's Nelson. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The offense in hurry-up mode.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Wants to go up top on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. He steps out of bounds right at the 15-yard line. That's the end of the period, and UConn has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Wants to go up top. Pocket breaking down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. The Cornhuskers come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. He's going to look for a man on third and short. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT, and nice job by this D.
Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Snagged out of the air. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Back to throw, it's Grimes. And it's incomplete on third down.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Hunt is on its way. Fair catch is called for. In the midst of all this rain, just concentrate on one thing, making the catch. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Rush is on him. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Quarterback may change this route. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Finds his man. It's Jennings.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Looking for more room. Touchdown, UConn! The defense takes matters into its own hands. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in Week 4.
You really got to be impressed with the defense here late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job, not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive.
Nebraska 10.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. And the Huskers are in the hurry-up.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. He'll pull it down. Did the work himself. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Might be calling a hot route. To the air on 1st down. Quick completion on the out.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Grab behind the line. It's Hill. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker. The Huskers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Finds a crease at the 20. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. He wants to throw it. Floating away. And they save the touchdown, getting him out of bounds at the 4-yard line. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. From the gun, running back on the move. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
Nebraska.
They got mauled on the last play. Do they have anything that'll work on 3rd and goal from the... Touchdown, Husker! Great job by the back on the option.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. UConn going back to work on offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
Here on third down. To throw, it's Grimes. Using his legs to buy some time. Touchdown, Huskies! And the pummeling has started.
Touchdown, UConn.
Yeah, salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, who knows how things are going to finish up in the Mountain West this season, but this is a game to keep in mind. Hawaii came away with the win today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in Honolulu had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. Never a dull moment when it comes to football in the Mountain West, and that certainly held true again today.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Back to pass on second down. Bringing the heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game and you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
After this, it'll be a wrap. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Throws it back. Under fire. Trying to make magic with his feet. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. With yet another unranked team taking down a ranked opponent, does a portal help level this out a little bit where it's really difficult to know which team should be ranked in the first place?
I think the portal certainly helps. At the end of the day, though, they just wanted it more today, and that win is going to help recruiting. It's going to help their confidence moving forward. I know this, David. Every team on the rest of their schedule, they're now taking account and notice of this team.
And I completely agree. Like, you start to build momentum, and then momentum helps you find more guys in the portal and helps high school recruiting. So, big ranked win today. And who knows? Maybe this gets them in the rankings in the near future.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.